Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty cool things to go over for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. We have some new leak updates for the DLC, we have some new rumors for the DLC, and then we've got a few other bits and bobs to go over as well. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's go over some leak updates for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. Now this is of course about Paradox Suicune and Paradox Virizion, and it also has a tweet from Riddler-Q that I never saw, which we're going to go on to in a minute, which is actually a little bit mind-blowing, but either way, it's SoulSilver tweeting out saying, spoilery, these leaked back in July as Suicune and Virizion paradoxes by multiple leakers, but why did they pick those two mons out of these sketches? To me, it would have been Entei/Terrakion. I must conclude that their typing and coloration may fit Suicune and Virizion. So yeah, obviously he's talking here about like why out of the fusions of the legendary beasts and the swords of justice, why did the leakers kind of go with Paradox Suicune and Paradox Virizion? Because it might even not be those. Like, that's just kind of what the leakers have said. That's what we're just taking from what they've said. But it could easily be Paradox Entei and Paradox Terrakion or something like that, if that's just the situation. But either way, it goes on to say, what do I mean exactly? I think leakers said Suicune and Virizion because this legendary beast Paradox mix is probably blue and has the water type like Suicune. In the same way, I think the Swords of Justice Paradox mix is probably green and has the grass type like Virizion. Not only that, I don't know if this is completely out of the box or anything like that, but obviously Suicune starts with S and Virizion starts with V, so Scarlet and Violet, SV, Suicune and Virizion. I don't know if that had anything to do with it as well. Maybe it is about the coloring and stuff like that, but I think that may also have a small part to play, because obviously it just makes sense with the names of the games and obviously the names of the legendary Pokemon. But either way, it's probably about the color. I don't know. I just thought I'd include that. You never know. We, of course, have hints to their typings being close to this due to Paradox Suicune's signature move supposedly being the leaked move Hydro Steam, and Paradox Virizion's translated leaked name supposedly being Iron Leaf. So yeah, Iron Leaf is, you know, it's not the greatest name out there, but I mean, the Paradox forms in Violet don't have the greatest names. I mean, Iron Hands, stuff like that. Like, the whole Iron thing at the start of the name is a little bit of a buzzkill in my personal opinion. I think the Paradox Scarlet Pokemon are a lot better. They've got better forms. They're not all the same shiny as well, like the chrome metallic kind of shiny color. I just think that Scarlet definitely take the dub in terms of paradoxes, and I think they do with these two as well. But either way, talking about the whole like moves Hydro Steam and Iron Leaf as well for these Pokemon. We also have Pokesutami here saying, since there is a lot of talk going on about the DLC Paradox Legendaries, Virizion is without a doubt this, which is Tetsuno. I don't even want to try and pronounce it actually, I'm definitely going to butcher it. And then this phrase is a mottled plant that has white or yellow streaks or spots, so expect that to be interpreted into the design somehow. So yeah, we can expect Paradox Virizion to have some sort of white or yellow streaks or spots. Then let's actually move on to what Riddler-Q said. So the only other possible thing I can think of is that they have alternate forms that the leakers saw, and these forms may look more like Suicune and Virizion, which could totally be possible, as Q also teased that they won't look exactly like they do in these Scarlet and Violet book sketches. So I never saw this tweet from Riddler-Q, which I don't know how I missed it. But either way, it's saying BYS and TBY, and their type info was given with former tweets and data mine info. And then he goes on to say, by the way, their in-game models don't look like those sketches. That's an official misleading trick. So Paradox Suicune and Paradox Virizion are on their way, but they don't look like these sketches in the Paradox books for Scarlet and Violet. So I don't know what they're going to look like. Like, I really like the designs of Suicune and Virizion in these books, but maybe they look more like Virizion and more like Suicune, which is why the leakers have called them Paradox Suicune and Paradox Virizion. So I don't know, definitely some food for thought, but yeah, it just kind of, it puts like a complete U-turn on the whole situation with these paradoxes. So I guess the first time they do get revealed, which I guess will be potentially in the Pokemon Day kind of trailer that we're expecting on the 27th of February. Because obviously in the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra trailer, we got a ton of new Pokemon revealed in that, like all the Regis and the Kubfu and Urshifu and the characters and stuff like that. So we're expecting potentially something similar for the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. So in that trailer, we may be expecting to see something like this, but then it could be something completely different. And I mean, still like Suicune and Virizion, but they would just have a completely different design. And I think it would be a cool way to kind of mislead people as well, because we're all expecting it to, like, say, look like this, and then if they show us something completely different, which hopefully looks better, I don't know if they will though, because these two designs look really good, then obviously it's just gonna, the shock factor is gonna be crazy, because obviously Riddler-Q's not gonna like leak what they look like. So yeah, I don't know, it's just interesting to think of, but yeah, just a little bit of information, a couple of leak updates there for you guys. Again, shout out to Soul Silver for the kind of thread and stuff. But yeah, really not sure how I missed this, but this is some like pretty big information, so I don't know where or when he tweeted that, but either way, let's move on to some rumors for the Generation 9 DLC as well. Now, this is tweeted out by Eclipse, so of course, as always, take it with a grain of salt. I always repeat myself when talking about Eclipse, but you know, with Riddler-Q, it's like 100% confirmed info. But with Eclipse, it's like 50-50. He's been right and wrong in the past. So either way, you know, come to your own conclusions, make your own judgments and stuff when going over this information. But either way, Eclipse tweeted out M6, M6.2, ZM7, D8 and GM8, GM8.2, T9, and then question mark T9.2. And then he goes on to say, I mean, it's so clear I can laugh. They are similar to that mechanic you love so much, but not the same. So this is what he's talking about here. So this is Mega Evolution for Gen 6. This is Mega Evolution in Gen 6.2, which is obviously Auraz. And then Z moves for Gen 7. And then Dynamax in Gen 8. And then Gigantamax 8, which is obviously the Dynamax and Gigantamax. I'm guessing Gigantamax 8.2 is the DLC. And then we have Terrestrialization in Gen 9. And then something Terrestrialization in Gen 9.2. So this is the DLC that he's talking about here. And he's saying that this question mark is similar to that mechanic you love so much, but not the same. So I don't know what mechanic he's talking about here. I'm going to assume it's Mega Evolution, because that's something that a lot of people want to see back in the Generation 9 DLC. But whether that is the case or not, I'm not really too sure. That's just what I'm kind of taking away from it. But yeah, the whole question mark in front of it, I'm guessing it might make a Pokemon change like form a little bit or something if they use a certain Terrestrialization. A lot of people think it potentially could be dual types, which I guess also makes sense. So like some Terra Crystals, there wouldn't be one for like every single dual type, because that'd be way too many. I mean, there might be, but it's very unlikely. But maybe there's like a Terra Crystal out there that can make a Pokemon like fire or water type or something like that, or like grass poison or ground flying or something like that. Maybe there's different Terra Crystals out there that can do it for specific types, and maybe that's what the question mark is. But that doesn't really make it similar to a mechanic that we love so much. So yeah, I don't know. The only thing I could really take away from this is that this new Terrestrialization gimmick thing that's going to be happening in the DLC, according to Eclipse, is going to maybe alter a form or maybe alter stats or something like that, potentially. But yeah, I don't know. Make your own kind of judgment about this. I'm not really too sure. Again, it's from Eclipse, so I'm kind of taking it with a grain of salt anyway. But yeah, hopefully it is true, and hopefully there is some sort of extra kind of additional perk or additional quirk to the DLC gimmick. So yeah, that is the rumor. Let's move on to some other kind of rumors as well. So recently we actually covered this new expansion pack for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's TCG. It was like a rumored new 151 pack, and it had like packs called, well, it had like I think the sets were called like Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise. And originally we thought it was like some sort of like hint towards Charizard, Venusaur, and Venusaur and Blastoise making a return in the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But it actually looks like this 151 card set is about the original 151 Kanto Pokemon. So an update on the rumored enhanced expansion pack Pokemon card 151 set. We have been told that this set would feature all 151 original Pokemon, and it would feature Alakazam EX and Wigglytuff EX. Unconfirmed information by us, so take it with a grain of salt. So again, Wigglytuff's already in the game, but Alakazam isn't, which again is quite a shock because it's quite a big Pokemon to not be in the game. So potentially it's back in the DLC. But again, I don't think this TCG set really is something to kind of use as a source now for returning Pokemon, because this set is literally going to include all 151 Pokemon. And I don't think all 151 Kanto Pokemon are going to be in the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Does this mean we're not getting Blastoise and Venusaur? No. We obviously got them in the Isle of Armor. When Honey like gives you the choice of one, they can Gigantamax and stuff like that. And yeah, we got the choice of Bulbasaur or Squirtle. So that could happen again. But yeah, I don't know. This whole 151 card set thing, I don't think is reliable information to kind of assume that they're coming back. The other interesting thing is, though, Kadabra is probably going to make a return to the TCG. I don't think we've had a Kadabra card since like 2003 or something like that, because of the whole like Urigella thing or whatever, like kind of claiming it as his own and stuff, and kind of claiming like the copying or whatever. But obviously since I think it was like 2022 or 2020, he's just kind of giving it back. So yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see a Kadabra card back in the TCG set. And again, it says update. We have been told from an acquaintance by a card shop employee that this set would feature all 151 original Pokemon, and that it would feature Alakazam EX and Wigglytuff EX. It's likely this information is true, but we have still not seen a sell sheet ourselves to confirm this information, so as always, take it with a grain of salt. And again, this is what I was talking about with the Venusaur thing, like the additional products for this set have been listed too. So it's the Pokemon 151 card set file, Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise. So again, I thought it is still a bit weird to have like a card set named after Venusaur and Blastoise for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet when they're not in the game. So again, they most likely will be in the game at some point, but I don't think this is something to completely take as 100% proof that they are going to be back in the game. Again, we got them in the Isle of Armor with Honey, but whether that happens again, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, though, that is going to be everything for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Trying at 500 likes. Leave a comment with your thoughts on Paradox Suicune and Paradox Virizion. Does this whole information about them not looking like they do in the Scarlet and Violet book change your opinion on them? Do you think you will be up for debate again which one you like more? I'm really excited to see what they actually look like. I'm really excited for this Pokemon Day trailer, and I hope they get released in that because, yeah, I want to know that if I'm going to have to buy the DLC for Scarlet as well just to get Paradox Suicune. But anyway, that's everything from me. If you enjoyed, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. You guys know the drill by now. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.